welcome back to another Respect and another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. With WrestleMania just a few weeks away, things are beginning to heat up as more matches come together. This week's show saw Cody Rhodes appear on Miz TV to discuss his upcoming match against John Cena. We also saw Charlotte Flair take on B-Fab. Randy Orton battled Carmelo Hayes, and DIY put their tag titles on the line against Street Profits. But we started things off with LA Knight in the crowd. He talked about this being his first SmackDown held in Spain. Jimmy Uso came out and said he was desperate to get on the WrestleMania card and was looking for a challenge for the US title. Before Knight could reply, the Bloodline arrived. After a little trash talk, they attacked Knight and Jimmy, but Braun Strowman showed up to even the odds, and Nick Aldis, Teddy Longstyle made it a tag match. We returned to see this in place. Jimmy was tagging in to face off against his younger brother and took a beating until Fatu tugged in. This match was followed a very similar path. 6-man matches tend to follow a pattern and they're easy to follow, but sometimes they can lead to excitement until all hell breaks loose. The Monster Man men got the win for his team, pinning Tonga with a running power slam, but immediately hit with a sperm spike as his hand was raised, with Fatu ending. A decent way to kick off the show. Crowd was hot, and I thought, addressing the storyline, the match itself was alright as well. So yeah, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Before we got Jade Cargill giving an interview with Kathy Kelly that was pre-recorded in the arena before fans arrived. She said she's ready to get back in the ring and was sick of hearing Naomi Lyon complain. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez showed up and yelled at Jade for allowing them to be made in scapegoats for her attack. Cargill got heated and walked away from the interview before we got B-Fab taking on Charlotte Flair. The Royal Rumble winner looked confident as she squared off against B-Fab, who's in a weird spot. She was called up to stone and clearly needs more work in the ring, but has a lot of charisma and is working hard to improve. Put her in the ring with Charlotte kind of helped cover that inexperience. The match had some highlights. Charlotte rolling B-Fab around while holding her in a head scissor was good. But that being said, this is probably the best B-Fab looked in the ring. The Queen won with a natural selection, followed by the figure eight, and refused to release the hold until Tiffany Stratton came over and a dozen bodyguards keep them together. This was far more entertaining than the match that preceded it. Did a good job building up that feud. So I'm going to get 6 out of 10. The Miz was in the ring after the break to welcome Cody Rhodes to Miz TV. He spoke a little Spanish to get on the crowd's good side. Rhodes ended up talking out the 8-lister before saying a single word because he was already sick of his trash talk. The American Nightmare called out John Cena to show up next week. This was short and sweet. It says the definition of filler, but it didn't overstay its welcome. A lot of WWE's talking segments have felt longer than necessary recently. So yeah, it's nice to see this one was over quickly, even though it didn't really accomplish much. And then after getting into an argument backstage, we then saw Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest booked into a singles match, and Nakamura had control early on, but Priest was able to respond and overpower him. He sent the former US champion out of the ring with a huge clothesline to send the show into a break. The fight spiraled out to the ring when we returned. Priest sent Nakamura into the announce table before bringing him back in for a crossbody from the top rope. McIntyre showed up at ringside to distract Priest, and it worked. Nakamura was able to take control, but he went for his finisher. Priest countered with the South of Heaven chokeslam. McIntyre attacked his rival to cause a DQ and kickstart a brawl. Nakamura hit Priest with a Kinshasa to give the Scottish psychopath the advantage and finished Priest off with a stomp to his head after hitting a Claymore. This match was fine, but like B-Fab against Charlotte, the post-match beatdown as a third party was better. So yeah, on the whole, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next up on SmackDown, it was Carmelo Hayes taking on Randy Orton. As the match got going, attempted to trick him into thinking there was respect. Hayes tried to shake his hand, but when the Viper pulled his hand out, Melo pulled away and then shoved him. Orton fired an uppercut when it started taking his young opponent to school. We returned to see a break to see Hayes in the driver's seat. The High Flyer took a different approach and grounded the Legend Killer with a sleeper for this war, but Orton fought his way out and began to build some momentum. The combination of Hayes' agility and Orton's power led to some fun moments as they did an entertaining match. The young upstart looked great against the world champion, but the RKO out of nowhere resulted in his defeat. The Viper offered a handshake, but Hayes refused, so Orton hit second RKO and lined up a punt, but saw Kevin Owens went after him instead. He chased KO out at the end arena to end the segment. So yeah, building that feud up and a really good match style, teasing the punt. I enjoyed it, 7 out of 10. Gunther came out and said he wanted to make an example out of a wrestler from Spain, so he brought out NXT's Axiom for a match. The Spanish crowd got behind Axiom whenever he put together some offense in, but the ring general kept finding ways to put him back on the mat. Well, Gunther seemed to think this would be a quick squash. The High Flyer gave him more of a fight than expected, which the crowd was loving. They went from what could have been a throwaway match to being one of the best things we saw all night. The aerial antics of Axiom combined with a power game of Gunther's created great dynamic, and after surviving Axiom's finisher, the ring general destroyed him with some chops and a power on to score the victory. So yeah, this was really great for me. A great win for Gunther, but also just bigging up the Spanish stars. Axiom's been so impressive on NXT. So yeah, definitely in favour of this. I thought this was really good. 7 out of 10. We then got the Street Profits against DIY in our main event, and Montez Ford and D'Angelo Dawkins had the chance to get back on top of the tag division. They had used their size advantage and some double team tactics to take control earlier. It took DIY until the break to get some breathing room. The Profits seemed to have matched their hands, but DIY proved to be resilient. After several close falls, Ford pinned Gargano to win the tag titles in a fast paced match that had the crown on its feet. Ford and Dawkins have been here before, but this feels like the start of something different. They changed hands several times, so hopefully the Profits have a long and fruitful reign. I enjoy where their characters going at the moment. So yeah, I felt this was much better, and yeah, really intrigued to see how their title reign goes. 7 out of 10 from me. Overall, SmackDown this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, to be honest, I thought this was one of the most enjoyable SmackDowns in a long time, really. I thought, the matches throughout the card were pretty strong. And yeah, just lots of things here to be enjoyed. The Street Profits winning, the Gunther Axiom match, and I think building up some intriguing stories for Mania. So yeah, I thought this was a strong episode of SmackDown. 7 out of 10 from me. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.